Welcome to Partner Penetration.
I'm Jay.
And I'm T.
And what are we talking about this week?
Put me in the game. Like, you know how I told Ghost, how Ghost Son told him, put me in the game, Ghost.
I wonder how many of our viewers watch Power.
Well, if they haven't, they
What does it mean to put me in the game?
Like, put me on, like, school me to
what
something, teach me.
What does it mean to put me on?
Like, network. Like, put me in something like, let me meet the people, let me meet the connect, let me meet someone who got
network,
the power.
Let me meet the connect. Wow, we are really showing our personalities this week. But yeah, really, the power of networking, how it can help your career and really how it can help your career.
Yeah.
But the benefits of networking. So we're going to give you a few tips on how, networking can benefit you, where some good places to go networking, and how to break the ice.
Yes, and some of our experiences networking.
Yeah, and some of our experiences networking. All right, so I guess I'll give you some of the benefits. I feel like it's kind of like a little bit repetitive, but the 10 benefits to networking is it allows you to help each other. So it's kind of like
the collaboration piece.
Mind you, that's like probably number 2.
Okay.
But yeah, so pretty much like if you need a job, you need help with something, it allows you to help one another.
Yeah, pull somebody up from another place.
Yeah. The next one is exchange fresh ideas. So pretty much it's like Trent has knowledge in vulnerabilities. I have knowledge in GRC. We go back and forth,
right.
To get ideas on how to do certain processes.
I see, like what you see coming down your pipeline that may affect me at some point.
Yeah.
Okay.
So having that network connection, knowing that, if I bump into something in my everyday duties, I can reach out to you and be like, hey, are you familiar with this? Have you experienced this?
Right.
I already have somebody like that in my network.
That's good.
So the third one is it makes you visible. So through your contacts, you kind of gradually feel like you know everyone.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, almost like that popular kid in high school. Like when people are like, oh, who's this? Like, oh, you can point them in different type of directions, and you go, oh yeah, I know this person. Reach out there.
So let me ask you, do you feel like you gotten any juice now that we do the podcast and I kind of already had like a larger following already?
A little bit, like I said in the previous episode, like.
Look, man, I can't. I gave you the blueprint.
You did give me the blueprint.
I gave you the recipe.
You did.
Man.
You opened up the avenue for me to, like, I didn't know there's that many of us out there. So I kind of, went in some group me's. Some of the people that you associate with on Twitter, I've associated with, reached out to. So it's a little bit, it's growing. Like, I'm not booming like you yet.
Oh my God, I'm not booming. I'm just a regular person. Please stop it.
Let's talk about your tweet insights and
let's stop. But that is a benefit of networking people. Once you know them, you kind of really do know everybody, especially somebody it is high up. Along with that, it opens new doors to new opportunities. So, say you do meet somebody that's predominant in the industry, if their company's hiring, if they know an associate to a company that you do want to work for, that's the plug right there.
There's your connect.
Yeah, pretty much. The fifth one, it allows you to express opinions. So, I do this a lot. How I feel about privacy, like it feels really good to be able to talk to other people in your profession about what you do and opinions about laws and security, what people should and should not be doing, all these breaches.
You're not balling up.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's like versus like telling somebody it's not in the industry that's looking at you like, have you seen that meme going around where it's like the girl where she's preaching about something like this?
Oh yeah, and then her mom's just sitting there like that's how you feel talking to people who's not.
That's how I feel about talking to people about security.
Wish you could have a genuine conversation.
Yes, so they're not looking at me like the mom. So along with opening new opportunities, expressing your opinions, it expands your support network. So by expanding your support network, it kind of means like, say you're going out for a job, you're going out for an internship, or you're doing a talk, like what can I expect? Like how was your first talk? Like
someone in your who's been there before can kind of give you that advice. Hey, if you're going out for this job, I worked there, but this is what you can kind of expect. This is the culture, or hey, this is the stuff that I didn't know during my first talk, and here's some things that help alleviate the nervousness for me.
So along with expanding your support system, that can also help you get promoted. Like you really get put on that.
Oh yeah, like I was recently in a group and this guy was talking about how, you know, he talked with his boss a little bit, shared some ideas. His boss was really insightful, really liked his insight, decided to let him, you know, work on a project on his own, but then saw his drive and was like, you know what, I want to put you around some of the higher ups in there, some of the VPs, and like let them see that you're, you know, you're a heavy hitter too. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, most definitely. I know somebody in the industry, a lot of his jobs that he's received is off of just people that he's worked with or networked with or know of him through somebody else. So along, you know, who doesn't want to get promoted in any fashion, but along with that, it also boosts your self-esteem. Like, you know, knowing me, you feel special, right? So it does, like, you like, oh my gosh, like I've gone to conferences where, you know, somebody's predominantly in the industry and they speak to you and they're interested in you. Like, it's amazing. When I went to DEF CON actually last year, I was sitting right next to a woman and it's like, she wants to know about me. And it's just like,
why do you want to know about me? Like,
you are so amazing. Like, why do you care about me? It felt so amazing. Yeah, so it definitely boosts your self-esteem. And, you know, like we said earlier, it becomes a resource. So if you're trying to get an internship, if you want to understand how processes are working, like, you know, you have this in with this vendor maybe, like it definitely helps become a resource and influence things positively. So those are the 10 benefits of networking.
So if you're looking for places to network at, there's a bunch of different places you can go. You can look at local business groups, people that have your same interest in your business. If you're looking for clients, there's actually somebody created one called the Business Network Internationals. It's a program where it provides referrals for clients. Their members get referrals for clients, and then they can act off that. You can go to Think Groups. You can do community service groups. Which
community service?
Yeah, community service is big. Like if you think about it,
as an adult,
you think about, oh, I did community service in high school. Just
and I'm like, you know, when you're adult, you got kids, you're old, your back hurts. Like,
no, they have like community service events. They have community service games that go out there and corporate events. So you can go, you can meet people there. Professional associations, like I'm part of ISACA and the ISSA.
You got money. I'm not paying the membership fees.
ISACA was like $40-$50, so it wasn't.
Nah, I'm pretty sure one of them was like asking for $100.
Nah, I didn't pay $100 when I signed up for mine. So
must be nice.
Hey, also, you know, where you get a lot of yours from, social media, online networking groups.
Social media, like I feel like that's the most free game. I'm giving you this for free 99. Like if you have a social media, whether it's LinkedIn, Twitter, especially Twitter, like definitely utilize it. I've gotten a lot of network. I've met so many just random people that I don't think I'd ever meet in real life, but I've made a lot of connections just through social media.
Yeah, like I could tell, like, from your interactions, I see that people are like, oh, you know Jay? I'm like, yeah, I know Jay.
Yes, he know Jay.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I see you out there. You popular. People talking about you. People like, oh, I met her at this conference. I'm like, oh, wow, like that's amazing.
You, I'm not even like that in real life. I'm not like that in real life. So let's talk about that piece, right? Why is it important for us to talk about networking? A lot of times when we go to conferences, we don't even see people that look like us. You don't see many people of color.
No, I went to it wasn't a conference, but it was a little networking event for a vendor, whatever. We went there and it's like, I'm sitting up there like twiddling my thumbs a little bit because like no one there looks like me. So it's like, I'm looking for the one that looks like me. So I can just, get a little head nod like, hey, we're here. We see each other. We're in this together.
That head nod, the courtesy head nod. You know what the worst feeling is?
When you don't get it back.
When you don't get that head nod, it's kind of like crickets. Like,
yeah, it's like you're not.
No,
not
like
me.
It's not that type of party.
And you just like, nah, I just want to know, we're here. Can we talk?
Cool. Like, no, like once you don't get that head nod back, it's kind of just like.
It's a game up. Now you feel even more lonelier.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
How would you say is your ideal way to network?
My ideal way to network is usually when I go to the events, I usually go to the section that has a bar. Usually get a drink And while I'm there, I feel like it's easier to conversate over drinks. When I'm sitting there, I can either talk about a wine that's there, or I can overhear someone like, I want that. Like, oh, that sounds great. And then we kind of segue there. So we have that common interest that's built is over drinks.
Okay. I'm the type of person to just introduce myself.
Okay.
Like, hi, I'm Jay. You know, who are you? Tell me about yourself. Like to make people feel good about themselves, to feel relaxed.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that definitely works. That definitely is an icebreaker. So
yes, definitely. But if you want to give a girl a drink, I am not.
So what's your...
I'm not opposed to that either.
So what drink should they know to bring you? The
I'm
break
gonna need
ice?
a hen and pineapple.
Hen and pineapple. I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you ever see me out, the way to be my best friend is through a Hennessy and pineapple. But I also enjoy water, so that too. So for the introverts that do not like talking, I think that's really a tough part too. Most people are introverts, especially in tech.
In tech, yeah. So
it's like it's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of energy. It drains. It's very draining.
Here are a few tips to help you with that. The first one is to open up with a topic about food. Food? You know, sometimes they'll have like the little finger foods, the snacks, especially on breaks. Just be like, you know, these are some really good tacos. Like, I think these are the best in the city. And it's like, no, have you tried such and such? Like, a big networking thing, or even when meeting people, you know, psychology has it, it's like once you find that commonality between you and someone else, you feel like the safe space between you all.
Okay.
So food is definitely one of the options. Turn off for you to be talking with your mouth full though.
Yeah, don't like at least, you know, have some manners.
Yeah, just, you know, definitely let the hitty with that. Ask good questions and then listen to really comprehend. A lot of people listen just to answer.
Right.
So make sure that you're actively listening and you're actively asking good questions.
That way you can engage and carry the conversation, so that person doesn't feel like they're actually talking at you. They're talking with you.
Right. Yep. Offer a sincere compliment. I don't know. I feel like this can go left.
It could go, because I feel like with me it's like, or with you it's like, I like your hair, and then someone goes reach to touch it, and then now, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of went a little bit too far.
And it's just like, where do I even go from like, I like your shirt? Like, I don't know. Like, Depending on where you are, you got some fresh J's on. Like, I like them J's. You got them new Yeezys. Like, dang, like,
yeah, like B-sides. Yeah, if I saw something like B-sides, if someone complimented me with B-sides on my shoes, I'd be like, yo, that's what's up.
Because that's where you can really dress more relaxed, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. The fourth one is know a little about a lot. So having that diverse knowledge. Right. So, you know, did you watch the game last night? So you can, sports is always a safe topic to talk about.
Yeah, sometimes, because if you say it to the wrong person, like, I don't like sports, so you just gotta kind of like ease into
your ways into it.
Yeah.
What are the topics you don't talk about?
Oh, you should never. Okay, I learned this in high school. My one of my teachers, he's also a psychologist, said you never talk about sex, religion, or politics. Those are the 3 no-nos.
Oh, yeah.
Because those are hotbed topics for someone and can go left like very, very fast.
Definitely true. Ask for help. It might sound like weird, but in the sense of kind of like, hey, dude, did you check out the keynote? Like, was it good? Okay. I missed it. Like, you know, stuff like that. Or have you ever seen a talk by this person? That's a good way to like open up conversation. The number one way I like to do it is introduce yourself. Like, right. You know, I'll see a random person. Hey, I'm Jay. What do you do? What do I do? And it's just like, you know, once you take the initiative, I think people feel more comfortable because it's kind of like you're interested in talking to them. Right. So they're interested in, you know, talking back to you.
That's how I feel as well. Like when someone like, okay, like you're kind of going out your way to, you know, want to get to know me. So it's kind of lets bring my guard back down.
Keep your introduction simple.
Yeah, don't be weird. That's my thing. Don't be weird. Like kind of be socially conscious of what's social.
Yeah. So an example would be like, you know, what brings you to the event today?
Yeah. Don't start talking about like conspiracy theories like right after that. Like, don't do that. Like, keep it brief. Keep it a little vague. Go into like a little slight detail when people ask me why I'm here. Like, oh, what does your company do? Kind of, give them a little overview of that, and I kind of keep it real vague. I don't try and dive off the deep end a little bit too much.
All right. Another one that gets like really is find something you have in common. So
I think that kind of goes back to like that. Well, it could go back to the food if you're eating, but for me, the one that I recently went to, it went back to a drink that we were having actually.
Okay.
So, I ordered the old fashioned. I got it. Some guy saw me get it. He was like, "Oh yeah, you ordered old fashioned." Then he asked me which brand of alcohol that I put in it. Like, "Oh, Jim Beam." I was like, "No, not Jim Beam." It's another one that was there. And from there, he was like, "Hey, you like whiskey?" I was like, "Yeah, I like whiskey." He's like, "Well, there's this restaurant actually right across the street. It's called Whiskey Cake." Which, after talking with him, he was a vendor. He's like, "Hey, you want to, we can go there, meet up, get some drinks one day, we exchange cards." And next thing I know, he was, kind of, it was a little pitch about his business, but it opened me up. I ended up liking the restaurant, and it made me feel very comfortable talking with them.
Okay, I have never gone that route. Yeah, and most of the time, you rarely find other women there, so it's hard to find things that you have in common.
Right.
So the next one is another one I'm really big on, is bring a network wingman. Normally when I go to conferences, I always have a buddy. Why are you looking like that? I did invite you.
I have not got it.
I did invite you. You were just too busy for me. That you could not come.
It's my sister's wedding. And I told you, I said that like back in December when we were talking about, when can we show? I said, hey, I'm free until...
There was 2 B-sides that you missed.
Well, okay, the first B-sides, that was the one that was in Orlando, or the one in Tampa?
No,
the one
first
in Tampa.
B was Tampa.
All right, the one in Tampa, I was like, hey, you want to go to B-sides? And you're like, nah, I don't feel like going to B-sides. So I was like, yeah, I guess. I'm like, if you're not going to go, then I went there last year, so I don't know. Then literally the weekend before, you're like, the week of, you're like, hey, you're going to B-sides?
I feel like that's not how it happened.
That's exactly
I feel like that's not how it happened. But either way, you bailed on me 2 B-sides. And I did find, it doesn't matter. I found buddies anyways. And we had a great time. But, finding somebody in the conference that, you both can check out talks with. Right. If you're not seeing the same talks, you can still meet up and link up with each other in between talks.
Discuss what you saw.
Yes, that's what you saw. Bounce ideas off. And you don't feel so lonely when you have a wingman.
Right.
Yeah, so and then you feel like you at least know one person versus like walking around like a loner.
So DEF CON 2020, that's what, because I can't go to this DEF CON, but we there?
You missing it. Of course. After I've gone last year, I'm never missing another one. Ever. So bring a wingman and get personal. This also, I feel like, teeters on the gray line of get weird.
It goes back to just be socially aware. Like, don't be that.
So normally when you're at a conference or a network event, you have a name tag. Right. And your name tag might actually say what company you work with or your title. So what you can do is, it's like, how'd you get into the industry? So that's a good way to get personal with somebody.
Yeah.
Especially when they don't work in the industry already and they're making that career transition. It's interesting to see what got them to want to.
Right. And even... just talking about your company too, that also helps because the pitch for your company. And sometimes when people hear the pitch for mine that I tell them, they're like, oh, well, that's interesting. That's like a niche little thing that you guys do. And then that opens them up a little bit more. And now they're a little bit more curious about what we do and what do I do there. So that also helps out.
Yep. And along the lines of, getting personal, ask about their job. Like, what do you like about your job? You might be in a job that I'm not familiar with or right. I would never do. So it's like, what do you like about it that makes you do it?
And I've seen that go left. Like, don't be that person who complains about your job.
Yeah,
like,
that's not a good look.
Don't ever do that because you never know who you're in front of. That may be someone you apply for later down the line and they're like, hey, well, I heard this person bad mouthing their company. Don't really know.
For me, bro.
Yeah, so don't be that person. Just, my biggest thing when you're networking is be aware of what you're saying and who you're saying it to.
Definitely be aware of what you're saying. Ask what they hope to gain from this experience.
That's a good one.
Especially at DEF CON. That's really a big thing. It's like
right.
what DEF CON attracts so many different people. So it's just like, what do you hope to experience?
Right.
Like B-sides, B-sides always have like these really cool talks.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So ask what they're there for. And last but not least, find a loner.
feel like that's a good one. Like,
yes.
Sometimes I find myself, like, I'm shy sometimes. So if I don't know anyone there, I'm just sitting there just kind of flowing around from place to place. And then when someone, like, sees me, they're like, oh, hey. And they look at your name tag and then they try and include you. And it kind of makes you feel a little bit more welcome.
Yeah. So if you find like, oh my gosh, it's loud in here, or it's just like someone that's sitting by themselves, that's how I normally do it. That's how I probably get my wingman. It's like, I never really come to these things, or getting out there is really hard. So definitely. But networking has a lot of benefits. This is really only going to benefit yourself as long as you're not putting your foot in your mouth,
right?
Not getting really gray area ish and teetering the line of inappropriate. But it can help you, like I said, develop processes. It's always good to have that resource if you're looking for a job,
right?
If you just want to meet somebody, if you want like different opportunities, not only job opportunities, but speaking opportunities,
right?
So definitely put your cell phone. We gave you the tips, we gave you the tools. Go ahead and put yourself out there.
Yeah, put you on the game.
It's all free game. So I hope that helps somebody. I hope that you get better at it.
Yeah, that's my, like, after, like, for real, like, you, like, I see you over there, like, doing your thing network. I'd be like, hey, like, I gotta step my game up. So
definitely. Sometimes it's not what you know, might be who you know.
Exactly.
And just building that like repertoire, like once you know all these people, like I said before, like once you know somebody's kind of like everybody.
Yeah.
So people are willing to feel more comfortable around you.
And follow up with them, like not every day, but just reach out to them, just see how they're doing. Like sometimes you can miss out, but just follow up with them, touch base. I think
that's the hardest thing about networking is like, it's really about building genuine relationships with people. It's not about, I don't like for networking to feel transactional, right?
Yes.
Like, I'm just only talking to you for this purpose. Like, I know you work at such and such, so, put me on. I'm trying to get in the game. Like, so definitely make sure that, you follow up. I really suck at this, but normally what I try to do for that is exchange social media handles. Once I exchange the Twitter with you, you're tweeting frequently, you're getting used to seeing that person's face.
Right.
And then you can do little interactions, like, liking something, a funny GIF, a meme, like.
Then you can open up a little bit more personal, and they're not like, okay. And
that definitely helps a lot. So my personal tactic is, exchanging social media handles.
That's a good one.
The business card, not so much because I end up getting like vendor emails.
Oh
my gosh, those spam emails. But yeah, so that's definitely my tip. Make sure that you put your cell phone, put yourself in the game, and network.
Yeah.
So I think that's really about
that's it. Do you have any church announcements?
No church announcements.
Neither do I.
All right. I'm Jay.
I'm T.
This has been Part of Independence Radio.